Nights.
I don't care. Good, he's off. He's off.
I can't call him this morning.
What?
He's in bed.
Wake him up. I know.
7:12.
So do all these other people. They're zooming in from work because I have this belief in my brain, and I could be wrong. I'd like you to call your two sons and have them zoom in. Have them use Zoom
Oh,
to zoom into the courtroom. Will you do that for me, please? Please.
Rob Ferris can be at the Bronson Township Court.
All right. And Mr. Boyd, your name.
Robert Thomas Boyd.
Mr. Crawford, your appearance, please.
Morning, Your Honor. I'm Phil Crawford, federal.
All right, what are we gonna do here? Tell me you got good news for me, please. Tell me you got good news for me, please.
You know, like last time we were here, Mr. Boyd was ordered to complete the sentencing order in its entirety. He has made some progress. Unfortunately, if we were to go line by line on that sentencing order, he is not compliant with all but the winter storage of the pumps because we're in June. But otherwise, we're not there yet. We do have updated photos. I don't know if this court wanted to see them.
I do, but Mr. Boyd, I want to ask you a question first.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to do this. We've been going round and round on this since June of 25.
It's not.
Hang on one second. I don't believe I've ever revoked your status either. So I'm almost inclined to have to do that today if I'm going to give you more time. You don't have to do what I'm going to tell you to do, right? I'd like you to call your two sons and have them zoom in.
Pardon?
Have them use Zoom
Oh,
to zoom into the courtroom. Will you do that for me, please? Call your two sons. You have two sons.
oh, yes, sir. They work,
I know. They,
7:12.
so do all these other people. They're zooming in from work. I'd like you to go out. You don't have to. I'd like you to go out. I'd like you to call them. I'd like to have a conversation. You are forcing me to do something that I don't want to do. You're refusing to take help from people that have offered assistance. Sir, I don't want to debate this. You're a likable man. They've been playing with this for 25 years. I'm frankly to the point where I could be faulted for letting it go so far. You're just not going to listen to me. For whatever reason, I don't think you're being defiant. I dislike judges. I don't like McNally. It doesn't matter to me what the reason. You're just not going to comply. So if I can't get some indication from them that they're going to go over there and help you and understand the severity of this, because I have this belief in my brain, and I could be wrong, that you really haven't discussed the seriousness of this with them. I would like you to go call them.
One works midnights.
I don't care. Good, he's off. He's off.
I can't call him this morning.
What?
He's in bed.
Wake him up,
Oh,
Mr. Boyd. What are we gonna do with Mr. Boyd? Did you call your son?
couldn't get hold of me on him. Just connected his phone while he sleeps.
He also tried calling his wife, his wife, and she didn't answer because she's at work.
I didn't know you were married.
No, his son's wife.
Oh. What am I gonna do with Mr. Boyd?
I'm very sure, Your Honor, it appears to me that my client is doing every sincere effort that he can in his advanced years and the type of support he has.
No, he's not. I've given him too long. They've been after him for 25 years to do this. Mr. Boyd, I think it's time for you to go to jail, and I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do it.
Why are you not taking care of this?
I took care of a whole lot.
Do you have the pictures that they had?
I don't have the pictures, Your Honor.
Okay.
Pictures.
Only if she's available.
But Your Honor, my client submits that he did get the boat removed. He got the trailer.
Yeah, but she just got done telling me he's only done, it's about the only thing he's done that's on the list for him to accomplish when I placed him on probation 11 months ago. And they've been after him for 25 years.
He's on the way.
I didn't get the opportunity to talk with the prosecution to see if we put our heads together, and make a other suggestions.
Well, I mean, this has been going,
I know.
he's not gonna listen. You're not gonna listen to him. I don't think you're being defiant of me in the sense that you're not basically one of these guys that comes in there and thinks he owns the place. But you're not being defiant. You're just, I think there's some issues here.
What the solution is, I don't know.
Well, the solution is probably, I just gotta send him to jail, I think.
Well, unfortunately, when you come out, Your Honor, he's gonna be in the same situation.
I know, but they've been after him for 25 years. You know how many hearings I've had him here on?
I can only-
Guys, can I have your name and can you both count your appearance?
Caitlin Fuller Farm, Brownsville Township.
Rob Harris on behalf of Bronson.
Can you spell your last name for my recorder? You, Ms. Paris.
Harris,
Harris.
Harris.
All right, what are we gonna do? Give me the pictures, please. Let me see them. Did you show them to Mr. Crawford?
Oh, earlier. I gotta say, at first glance, Your Honor, they looked a lot cleaner than the other pictures that were in the file. You know, brighter, you kind of see the property a little bit more, we could,
Did say there's progress, just
not as much as one would like, so.
He is making progress, though. Maybe a little bit, right? Looks like the Taj Mahal compared to before, even though it's. You gotta get the vehicles out of there. These are inoperable vehicles. What's this wood pile doing here in the middle of the yard?
When they stole my wood last, fall, I had to buy some more wood. I heat my house with wood. And, I didn't want to put it in the backyard because
If I give you 2 more weeks, you're gonna have this done?
how about
I know. What do you want me to do? Send him to jail?
I don't know, Your Honor, I know that this has been going on.
I know.
there.
Ad nauseum.
all I've got left is the bushes.
2 weeks. During the review hearing, I can't believe, I don't know what it is about me. I mean, I really don't. I really should have been fed up a long time ago. I mean, he made me send him to jail. How many times you go to jail on this? Once or twice?
Twice,
For how many days?
5 apiece.
Heather, give me a date in 2 weeks, please, or whenever, 3 weeks before I go anywhere and and it's not on Judge Heston's docket. What are we gonna do? July the 1st?
So that, not on her docket,
I want it
will
on my
be-
docket. This should be
your
on my
docket will be-
docket
July 1st for Brownstown.
at 8:30. Okay?
Can I just make a note about what needs to be done?
Yes.
Just so that he knows that. it's
Yes,
actually pushed.
absolutely.
So looking at the sentence, going by line, first, the 2 vehicles that are parked on the grass, they need to be on impervious,
I want you to listen very carefully to him.
must be located on concrete or asphalt driveway surface. They also must be roadworthy, so the flat tires on the RV and cars, those are not roadworthy, so they need to be made roadworthy. The garage was taken down, the permit was pulled, however, there's still no inspection, so it's not completed, so you need to contact the township, have them get out there and make sure it's safe.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I thought he was the guy I had to have come out and look.
Well, you can set it up with him right now.
No, I'm not the.
Yeah, I know, but can't you help expedite it by?
Absolutely, I mean, and also the cement's still there for the garage, the cement has to be, removed. So that, to get the permit to be passed,
Right,
the cement has to be, so I'm not a building inspector,
right, I know.
but when I spoke with him yesterday, he said he would not pass it because the cement is still there, the broken cement.
I want to keep the cement there, to park the stuff on.
The cement is broken, raised.
It's a cement floor from a garage.
I made the orders initially. You need to follow and go back to the probation order where everything was attached. And then you prepared another order on this case, correct?
We did, Your Honor.
And it's attached to the probation order.
Your Honor, I also gave Mr. Boyd a copy of the last one.
I know, see, you gotta follow that. You gotta read that. Get your son to help you. Get somebody to help you. But if they don't pass it, it's no go.
What's wrong with keeping the cement?
You talk to them about it. I ordered you what to do and I expect you to do it. 3 more weeks, that's it. I can't extend probation anymore under 771. You're coming to the end of the year.
Just to be clear, Your Honor, 2 motor vehicles off of the grass on concrete.
Correct.
Asphalt and roadworthy, and get the building, passing grade from the building inspector.
Exactly.
The garage. It's all over. There's more that's coming.
There is, yeah, so there's still junk, trash, rubbish, garbage throughout the property.
It's pretty clear. You gotta get rid of all that
I am.
within 3 weeks. Go ahead.
There's no trailer storage, so there's multiple vehicles that are being used as outdoor storage. That can't happen in the township. As Mr. Harris stated, the cement needs to be removed from the garage demo because it's all busted up, so it can't be used as like a pad for parking. The grass and noxious weeds need to be taken care of. There's an ordinance where it's what, 6 inches?
It's 8 inches, but I mean, there's weeds there that are taller than me, especially at the side of the house.
You gotta get rid of them.
Sure.
That's about it.
Home's gone.
Get rid of it, please.
Fight over that cement.
No.
I have to have them to park the vehicles on. They order me to park the vehicles on cement. That cement is fine for parking the vehicles on.
Well, you haven't, he's not the building official.
I know.
He's gonna help you get in contact with the building official before you leave here. You
Yeah,
could explain that to him, and he's gonna come in here and talk to me in 3 weeks. If you don't resolve,
okay, we'll see what we can do.
let's get it done. Can't believe I'm not sending you to jail, Mr. Boyd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I appreciate your benevolence.
Good luck. Sean Davion Thompson,
See what I can do.
get them both on.
Well, the other ones, we're not much talking terms.
You never told me that before. I don't need to know the reasons why.
Yeah.
Call your other son, get him on. Please do that for me. We're gonna give him the Zoom ID. Will you do that for me, John? Give it to him, or Sadie, give him the Zoom ID. And have them Zoom in, and I'll pass the case and we'll go from there. I'm gonna ask you to stick around a little bit, please. Thank you. You're gonna go out and call and call him?
Yeah, just wait on.
Go out and call, you're gonna call him. Your name?
Trinity Alberio.
So she didn't show up for a review hearing. I gave her,
that phone out of there. Gotta go.
I gave her another chance. And I asked her to show cause as to why the conviction should not enter. The conviction was for assault under HIDA, prepared to appear for a review hearing and a violation of law. Some kind of a public peace offense out of 23rd District Court. Can you tell me what the status of that was, or just how she wishes to proceed here, Mr. Carmen? In other words, I want to be clear. I can overlook your failure to appear for the first review hearing. I don't understand why you didn't appear for the show cause back on April the 20th of 22. And it's a little late for me to set aside the conviction at this point. Anything you want to say?
Your Honor, I believe as far as our case went, she thought she was done with the terms of probation. She didn't get any type of indication from a probation officer or from the court that there was anything outstanding. So I think in her mind, she didn't believe she needed to appear any further. Because she had heard from anyone on probation for quite a while. As far as you said, is there a warrant showing on Taylor? I might have overlooked that.
No, let me just see. What happened is I require them to appear. There's still a warrant out of Taylor. There's still a warrant out of Taylor. Well, wait a minute. This is old, April 12 of 22. Can you run the lien on her, Heather?
Yes, Judge. There's not an updated one in there?
There's an old one, unless there's a new one that I'm not
They
seeing.
should have
but-
done one this morning. No one, when she walked in, there's not a new one? I can do a new one. It's no problem.
The last one that I have in front of me, let me see. Yeah, I don't. Could be wrong, but
I'll do one right now, Judge. No problem.
yeah. Yeah, I see her traffic record from June 10th. I don't see the criminal history and lien information.
Okay, doing one right now.
There was one, like I said, April 12th, of 22nd, April 12th of 22. You know, my concern here is we sent her 2 notices and she didn't show up. And then I entered a conviction for in April of 22. She left with no choice, really. And why didn't she show up? I don't understand. But they had written down, defendant had an open warrant issued January 11, 22 out of 23rd for failure to appear for a pre-sentence report on a public place offense. So it had to be a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I think there's some confusion on my end, and maybe it's my fault, but I'll ask Trinity, explain to the court what happened to Taylor.
So I just went there recently. My grandpa got a traffic stop and I was in the passenger seat and they asked who was in the car and they ran my name and then I got arrested for the Taylor warrant. This was like a month ago and, so I seen the judge that same day and they told me I'm gonna be on probation now, but I also have to come here.
I already entered the conviction. Can't go back on it 4 years later. She was convicted of it. If it was dismissed, that might be a little bit different. Even though I don't understand her not showing for either court date because that was the address we had on file. And I told you, if you changed your address or place of employment, you had to notify probation. And you didn't notify probation of any change of address. You made this difficult. What were you convicted of?
For what even?
No,
For
for Taylor.
It was disturbing the peace.
Is there a way you can verify that, Heather? Or you got a lot going.
Yeah.
So the
Give this
warrant's
right
not
there
gonna be
with
in lien if that was the case. The warrant is
Correct.
not gonna be in lien anymore. If she was pulled over recently and it was lifted.
Correct. There was no warrants on her, Judge.
So it's not even on her record. You know what? What kind of sentence did the judge give you there? I'm ready to sentence her. I'm just gonna sentence her on this anew. If you need to look at the file, I'm not gonna do much. I just wanna know what they sentenced her to. The conviction's gonna have to remain, though. It's been on her record since she didn't show up 4 years ago. Not once, but twice. So I'll be glad to just do something here that's fair, and conviction's gonna have to enter them.
I just want to
You can have the
let
first
the
page of
court
the
know.
register.
She does have a 2-year-old son. She is pregnant. She is pregnant.
Can I have a first page?
Full-time, at a daycare, if the court will consider that. Single mother.
Can you hear me, sir? I need a first page of a register, the misdemeanor register. All right, so we do reflect that the conviction was entered in our records, correct, Heather?
Yes, Judge.
Why didn't you show up? I'm not understanding this. You're not being this irresponsible with everything, are you?
No, not anymore. I'm not sure if I didn't get the notice until after it was already too late.
So you understand I'm gonna sentence you. Thank you. Right? On the charge of assault, right?
Yeah.
It looks like she's taking care of everything.
Yes, sir. There's no outstanding probation requirement. There's no blue back or anything like that. So I think that's where something can justify with Mike.
All right. You gonna grow up? I'm asking you a question. You're gonna,
Yeah, I already
you
have.
got kids, right?
Yes,
You gotta be the adult in the room, so to speak, right?
yes.
Right? I'm gonna charge you $60. I'm gonna get you out of here. I'm sure they handled it appropriately over there. Can you pay the 60 now?
Yeah.
Pay now, we're done. That's it, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
You gotta show up on things though. Have a great day. People against,
Judge, she intends to plead guilty of the.
is that right, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
That's what you want to do?
Yes,
If you plead guilty here, since you've absconded, you could get the 90 days. You understand that?
I do.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights form here today?
Yes.
I'm gonna need for Jessica on this.
Jessica's out.
Yeah, I know. So just
Oh,
tell them
you call
whoever's available, probably. If you plead guilty, you're giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a hearing. Do you understand that? All right, to the charge to fail to refrain from consuming alcohol or drugs, testing positive for marijuana on October 16 to 25. How do you plead?
Yes.
Did you test positive for marijuana on October 16 of 25?
Yes.
Had you consumed marijuana, say within a week preceding that date?
Yes.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No.
Your plea is accepted to that charge. There's only one count. You only had 2 prior technicals, but again, because this was an absconding, she could get
Understood.
90 days. All right, let me check something here before we're gonna get probation in here. What kind of controlled substance was that again? It's not on the citation. Why didn't she show up here? Can you tell me?
Judge, she just became nervous and overwhelmed. I had a good deal of time talking with her, and she has tremendous responsibilities. She is the mother of 5 children, and she lives,
Are you married? Is she married?
she is not married. She is living with her fiance. She's essentially a stay-at-home mom.
How many children have you had by how many?
It's just 5 children with this gentleman.
Okay, you just haven't been married,
Yeah.
but you live with her.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Steve.
Who gets married anyway these days? Although I believe.
I'm taking the fifth.
I'm gonna
one.
toss. No, but no.
All right.
She suffers from schizophrenia, PTSD, severe anxiety, major depression, or manic depression, and she's overwhelmed and she doesn't didn't have the courage to show up. And again, this is a situation where we're asking for mercy, Judge. She has been taking steps to take care of her mental health. She sees a therapist 2 times a month, in addition to a psychiatrist that's obviously taking her medications. And we're asking, in lieu of any jail time, that she be given additional probation. It's my understanding that she has a separate charge that arose Flat Rock, which was public intoxication. No, it was originally public intoxication. It was reduced to disorderly.
I think so.
Okay, it appears it was reduced to disorderly. That's a non-reporting probation, and anything that's given, Judge, I hope coincides with that coincides with that separate charge.
Ms. Wilds, your name?
Elizabeth Prosecution, Your Honor.
Anything you'd like to say, ma'am?
I am
Oh,
looking.
no, I was asking her first.
Oh, sorry, Judge.
Just, I apologize for waiting for court's time by not showing up and truly apologize.
What had she done and not done?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm looking at Miss O'Donnell's notes. She did complete 34 total hours of community service. I believe she was given additional hours of community service for her first violation, which was a positive chemical test as well. There's proof that she attended some treatment, but not completion. So there is at least progress towards treatment, but again, no completion. Testing is kind of what you see there, Your Honor, as far as her being violated with a confirmed positive on this violation and a prior violation as well. I'm not sure if monies have been paid. The last communication that Miss O'Donnell had with her was back in September 25, before I think Miss Matisse absconded. And I did not have a chance to look, but there is a note here that she was sentenced on that new charge in Judge Hessen's case on the public intox, but I did not get a chance to see what those terms and conditions were.
Okay.
Judge, she does owe money, but she has indicated to me that she's completed, that other program, the counseling.
Who's Jerry Knudsen?
Thank you, yeah.
He posted, first of all, I need a first page of a register. And can you hold on? Yeah, but you never showed up on a case out of, Taylor, an assault case that emanated from January, that, let's see, I don't know when it occurred, but
Yeah, I didn't.
hang on one second. You've had a warrant out of Taylor since January, I'm sorry, Lincoln Park, since January 12, 26 on an assault case, simple assault.
Judge, I was not aware of it, sir.
That was.
That was what?
Did you have that charge?
You didn't show up and you got a warrant out for your arrest.
I'm trying to figure everything out. I called up there and they gave me the walk-in days that I can come in and do. To go figure that one out.
Take care of it.
Take care of like everything that I've been trying to do is take care of everything. So I'm looking away from my 5 kids because I'm the only person that can take care of them. The dad has to work so he can make the money to take care of them. They don't have like a.
Judge, very briefly.
Let me just say this before we go on. I have no choice but to revoke her 7411 status and enter the conviction. Now I'm gonna re-sentence her. I'm gonna listen to whatever you have to say.
Judge, this is why it's that I get where you're coming from. However, and I mentioned, however, this young lady has so many issues that have to be addressed, and she needs more extensive counseling, with responsible medications. I ask that you continue the 7411 status, Judge, because again, she's been overwhelmed. She had in addition to all the issues she's gone through, she had a mental breakdown in the past 6 months, which when her husband was off work, she went to live at a motel just to get away from all the stuff for about a week. So I hope you understand what she's going through emotionally. Again, she was wrong for what she did, but at the same time, there's extenuating circumstances. I mean, she's 28 years old, has 5 children, and it is balancing. What a tremendous balancing act, Judge. That's all I'm asking for. Obviously, no judgment, sir.
Glad you got that in there.
I mean, that takes full responsibility for all my wrongdoings. I'm just trying to make it right now. And I'm sorry that I wasted your time. I'm not going to.
I don't worry about my time. I don't know why everybody seems to be worried about my time. This is what I do for a living. I'm not worried about the time. How many hours of community service has she done?
She's completed 34.
It shows a concerted effort to try to take care of things, Judge. She's
So if I send you for a drug test right today, right now, what am I gonna see?
Just my prescription for.
There's gonna be nothing other than that's which has been prescribed by a physician.
Yes, ma'am.
But she did indicate the marijuana, Judge.
Why are you staying with marijuana if you're pregnant?
Well, no, I haven't smoked in the last couple of days, but
When did you come down pregnant?
I just found out like 2 days ago. I missed an LT in
I
mine.
don't need to get too in depth on this, okay?
It's not even that would be what stuff. But I do not have the money to take the field test.
What's your husband do? I'm sorry, your father.
He does construction.
Sounds like he's on the laborers council, with the highway, for the judge.
Yeah, we just have to pay $800 DTE, so I know I don't have money today to just pay it. I'm sorry.
I don't want to get too in depth. Did you go to a mental health facility?
She did not go to a mental health facility. A friend of hers suggested that she go get away, not to do anything stupid, but to get away like a lot of people need to when they're having a heck of a difficult.
How long were you in this hotel?
For like,
What did you do when you were in the hotel?
I just relaxed and like tried to figure out my life, you know, like I relaxed, trying to get in my head, I get overstimulated really easily. Just rather say the one part.
She's overwhelmed, Judge.
I don't need you to go into any more depth.
My schizophrenia was back up with them. That's as far as I try to go with.
Why aren't you getting yourself some mental health treatment?
I go to a therapist twice a week, and I go to a psychiatrist once a month. Not twice a week, twice a month, and then I go to a psychiatrist once a month.
How long you been doing that?
For the past. I think I spent back up for it, but I quit for like a year. Then I thought I made myself better, but I obviously made myself worse. And, I started writing. But so far, I've done therapy for like 4 years.
And how long, are you telling me consistently you've been at it 3 times a month between the two?
Yeah. Consistently.
When's the last time you went to either one of them?
This is my psychiatrist, I just seen him on the 8th, and my therapist, I just seen her on the May 22nd.
What is that? I don't know what that was.
Sounds like a train, another train.
I think it was.
I'm gonna still revoke her status.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm gonna give you 4 days jail. I'm gonna give you credit for 4. You gotta promise me you're gonna keep going to those 2 though, okay?
Going to,
Yeah, the mental health treatment and your psychiatrist.
how can people swear for sure?
You gotta get your life in order, okay?
I
All right, that's it. I'm closing the case. You can tell your father of your children. I gotta think this through again. They changed everything. I think they get the whole thing back, Heather. Mr. Newsom will. I don't know, it used to be 10% and they changed that and there are never enough changes. I just give them all the money back. I don't think we're supposed to keep any of that. Okay? So you could tell the father to call up to the court and he can dial extension. What's yours, Heather? 234 or what is it?
228.
671-0201. Can you write that down for her?
I am, Judge.
Extension 228. You can talk to Heather and she'll tell him how to go about getting this.
Judge,
Okay?
thank you so much, sir.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. Jamie Antonia Williams Bay. 23W831-736. Your name?
back?
All right. I'm gonna need Beth in here on this. Do you want a lawyer today?
think so. I think I do.
I can't hear you.
I think I do.
All right, we're gonna set you up with a lawyer, so I don't need Beth until lawyer's done there, okay? Thank you. We'll be right with you. Where's Day Con Chung? Is that, that's 26784-21808,
There's an attorney on Zoom for that one,
and B
Judge.
and C?
Good morning.
Good
Your Honor.
morning, Ms. Carter. How are you? Your name?
Good, Your Honor. Brittany Carter on behalf of defendant.
Okay, so as I understand it, we got an informal hearing with your client. Let's see, I got 808 and B. And C, and she only addressed, I think, or he only addressed two of these. No, he didn't. My apologies. He addressed the no proof of insurance, which will be dismissed, motion of the prosecutor, and defective equipment, which will be dismissed pursuant to stipulation again between you two. And your client's going to plead through improper lane use, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And you're authorized to enter this plea on behalf of your client?
I am.
All right, to that charge, improper lane use on behalf of him, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Okay, I'm gonna accept the plea to improper lane use, dismiss the no proof, dismiss the improper lane use and the defective equipment. Let me just check his record. How's his record? Bad?
Well, Your Honor, I was going to ask for an impeding, but he said that it was likely that you'd send it back for non-conforming based upon the record. So we'll defer to the court.
He's gotta slow down. Be careful. I mean, he's getting ticket after ticket. I hate to be paying his insurance.
I know Your
I
Honor.
rarely send things back. I feel like that's beyond it, but I don't disagree that he didn't deserve it. I'll make it $150 and I'll give him a week to pay this, June 17th, okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great day. Thank
Thank
you.
you. You too.
What are we gonna do with Mr. Boyd here? Are we gonna get him in with Mr. Red? Well, let's take Seiler first. Alexis Rachel Leanne Seiler, 267840618A and R. Somebody wrote down on here being discharged today. Are you Ms. Seiler?
Yes, I can.
Your name?
Alexis Virtual Being.
Did you talk to Mr. Crawford yet?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
He was supposed to.
I'm in.
All right, let's take these. All right, so I had Alexis, Rachel, Lean, and Seiler, 267840618A and R. Okay, your name again?
Alexis Virtual Being silent.
Like their fault, we're leaving the silent.
She pled the public nuisance on April 29 and 26, which was a civil infraction plea, reduced from the resist and obstruct, and then the operating with the impaired due to the consumption of drugs. She pled to that day. I ordered the screening and assessment. We adjourned it a week. So she was an inpatient.
Correct. Sacred Heart and Clarity.
Oh, and Beth, see if she's got proof of that, will you, please? Yes,
Is that the
just wait one.
probation officer lady?
Yes,
Yes, I talked to her.
oh boy. Let's go here.
And Judge, I'm pretty sure that Miss Wilds does have the proof because she did communicate with me about Miss Seiler also.
You know where Ms. Wilds is right now?
That I do not. Let me peek over and see if by chance she might be in Judge Hessen's, but no, I do not see her in there either.
Judge needs something bad. You're on silent. She's not answering.
Did you have a chance to review this report with her?
I had the opportunity to report, Your Honor.
Are there any material? Good.
There are no request for material revisions or deletions, Your Honor. My client believes that she can comply with these recommendations, Your Honor. Her only issue might have to do with those that require money, Your Honor, because she's away getting this treatment.
You don't look that good. Is something wrong?
Huh?
Is something wrong?
I can't sit still. I detoxed off of Suboxone and I just got back on it. I went through really bad withdrawals without it and I can't sit still yet.
So again, her finances are a little messed up. You know, she has a job, but they have it on hold for her now. So if the court would try to take it easy on finance and cost you appreciated, she's gonna need a payment arrangement. But she's prepared to comply with everything else, Your Honor. She realized she needs some help. She's working on doing some stuff. She wants to improve.
Are you going to anybody now? Any treatment?
Soon as I have an appointment to get back on my health insurance. My doctor were talking about taking me back off the Suboxone and giving me the Vivitrol shot. I
Okay,
don't know if you know what that is.
I know what Vivitrol is.
He's gonna give me that.
This is like I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but this is bad stuff. I'm reading this report, and while I appreciate your honesty, you got a problem here.
I do.
You live in Taylor.
I do. I actually just talked to my kid's father the other day.
Ms. Wild's your name?
Elizabeth West, Your Honor.
I know we're along the process here. She went to Sacred Heart.
Yes, yes.
What did
I
they?
got the verification of her admittance. I spoke with Miss Seiler on the phone. My understanding she was actually gonna be on Zoom today because she was getting discharged later today.
Getting discharged? You mean, okay, I
But
got
I
it.
got her home yesterday.
What about her in sobriety, Corey?
I think she would be a great candidate for sobriety court, but she has expressed on many occasions she has zero interest in.
Why don't you want to go into sobriety court?
If it is to do with payments, I don't mind doing it. I barely make it by as it is with my child support getting taken away. I barely make it by, I have to pay my dad. Like, I don't make it with a little bit of money I am making. I was doing 3 jobs and it was killing me. I can't do 3 jobs anymore. That's why I relapsed in the first place.
She participated in 23rd District Court sobriety court program prior. I don't know if she was successful or not. I think that that's what plays a role in her decision. And it wasn't just sobriety court. She had expressed no interest in even probation. And again, this would be prior to her going inpatient.
There's not financial security, it's not.
Yeah, I know, but you can't have it both ways. I mean,
I completely,
ma'am, just please listen to me a second. You can't just say, I can't do that, and I don't want probation, and go light on the fines. And you dug a deep hole, man.
I know I did.
I mean, you got all kinds of drugs on here. I was almost blushing when I was reading these. So how are we going to wean you off it if you can't afford the test, and you don't want probation, and you don't want sobriety court? How in the world
What is
are,
sobriety court?
it's the same thing as what you did in Taylor, it sounds like. It's a
I
drug. Listen.
completed with flying colors there. I had not one bad drop there. I did excellent there.
Well, good, then do ours.
I will, but I can't afford to pay 25 for a blow and 25 for a drop. I don't mind dropping. I don't mind blowing. I just can't pay that high. I owe so much money on the car payment. I pay child support. I have to pay $250 to live with my dad.
Okay, so you give me an option then that you can live with. Because we can help you. I can give you time to pay on this, but we're going to put you through a bond phase. We're going to put you through a bond phase. And in that time period, you're on your own. Once you get through the bond phase, if you get through the bond phase, we have grants that can help with testing, that can help with deductibles on treatment, that can help with sober link devices. We can use grant money to help you.
Okay.
The problem is, we can't help you until you're in the program, and we're not taking you into the program until we see how you're gonna do and if you're taking it seriously. So I can do this. I can adjourn this for a month and I can put you on the bond phase right now, but do know, what are they paying the bond phase again?
It is different than Taylor. Taylor, they pay for testing. Our testing is 15.
Right.
Drug of choice, I would probably recommend for Miss Seiler that she actually tests 3 times a week as opposed to 2 with a
So it's gonna
sober.
cost you $45 a week to test. I get that that's a lot of money. But we can't have you in a sobriety court or drug court if you're not testing. We can't verify that you're remaining clean. Now, I would have to tell you, based on what I've read here, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. This doesn't make you a bad person. But your life depends on this.
To be honest with you, going to rehab, I'm scared being home because I have to get that talk off.
All right. We can help you. You can't use that language in here, but we can help you. Let's get her on a bond phase. Let's try to move this one through quickly. We're gonna get you on a bond phase. We're gonna set you up. You're gonna listen to Ms. Wild. You're gonna do what she tells you to do. I'm gonna adopt all the bond conditions that probation's recommending. And we won't make it a long one. We'll just set this out for a month. I might have to go to like whatever the second Wednesday is of the month or something, Heather. So give me that as a sentencing date in July. And we can help you. You gotta want to have help, but we can help you. We had a great session this morning. I wish you could have been here and seen that. I really do. We're gonna set a sentencing date in a month. Give me a date if you would, Heather, please.
You are off on that second Wednesday, the 8th, so we could do the 15th.
Yeah,
Or
let's do the 15th at 8:30. Listen. Are you gonna try to work at State Ridge?
I go back Friday.
Okay. You're staying with your dad and brother, right?
Yes.
You can turn your life around here. You gotta stay away from this stuff. That's what we're doing, July 15th at 8:30, okay? All right, you're gonna go down the hall, get your notice, and you're meeting with Ms. Wilds. Give it a chance. Give it a chance, please. Is that side? Yeah, that goes with that one. And this one goes in Matisse. I don't know what I'm doing. That North Fighters. Musso. Daniel Christopher Musso, 26W8422220. I'd like the victim up here, Desiree Musso, please.
Morning, Your Honor, Mike Clark, representing Mr. Musso, Association of the record.
Daniel Christopher Musso.
All right, your name, please. Your name, please.
Desiree Musso.
All right, so defendant pled here to telephone harassment under section 771.1, and he was referred for a pre-sentence. Actually, he pled, I believe the plea was no contest. So I did say I would take it under 771.1. It says ongoing family court in the bottom of the stipulation, defendant in therapy, therapist present today. Is your therapist present today?
Not today.
Not today, it's Friday.
All right, so let's figure out what everybody's going to say here and do here. What do you have to say, Mr. Crawford? Did you review this report with your client? And are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
We have a review with my client, Your Honor. We had no material issues or deletions, Your Honor. He believes he can comply. Moving forward, Your Honor, we would ask that the court adopt this recommendation as presented.
Sir, is there anything you would like to say?
Just that I'm very sorry for harassing.
Okay. All right. Ms. Musso, I want you to take your time. I can tell you're a little upset. Just I want you to take a deep breath. and I want to listen to anything that you want to say to me, okay?
The mental, physical, emotional, psychological abuse that me and my children have experienced at the hands of this man is nothing short of heinous. My kids are scared to go to school, standing at the bus stop, they're looking out the window all night long. We have experienced heinous abuse since I was a teenager, and this man was nearly 40 at the time. He has gaslit me, manipulated me, broken me down mentally, physically abused me, completely ruined my life. I single-handedly raised our kids with no child support. I am not on Medicaid. I am not on SSI. I'm not on all these false allegations that he claims. I have single-handedly raised these kids myself. He never submitted his court-ordered drug test to implement his parenting time. He never complied with all.
So you're talking about in the circuit court, right?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'll get to the point.
Don't take your time. I just want to make sure I'm understanding.
Yeah, so he never did what he was supposed to the entire time. My kids are grown now, and my son is in high school. He's never protected or provided for this family. They're both medically fragile, and he's purposely hindered them from being on Medicaid. He's purposely hindered them from being on SSI. I have taken every hit from this man, and I've never retaliated. I endured so much mental, physical, and emotional abuse. He has completely broken me down. He has attacked me, my family, my race, my sexual orientation, my partner. He has asked if we're still alive. He is creating so much fear within my children that they don't even want to stand at the bus stop. He's never been a part of their life. He's never been to the school. He has never taken them to a doctor's appointment. My son had cancer, Your Honor. He went to jail multiple times during his bone marrow transplant. Okay? He has been estranged from our family for years, and I periodically allowed him to see the kids at Christmas and different holidays where I thought he might not be high and that my kids might be okay enough to see him for his little couple parenting hours, but he has become so heinous. He has escalated this violence to the point where I can hardly stand here and testify. I'm holding myself up with this wall, and I'm trying to be strong for my kids. But when my kids can't stand at the bus stop, and they're too scared to go to their soccer game, and they're too scared to go to their karate because he might be standing outside of it, he was warned multiple times that this was going to be harassment. Detective Vespremi went to his house and warned him. Okay? He still decided to do this after that warning. Once he was criminally charged, he still continued to harass me, stalk me, intimidate me. I took a picture of this man outside my son's karate, which my son won't even go back to anymore. I made another report in Trenton, but we didn't go through with those because we didn't want to add on to this. He is heinous. He's evil. I'm in church. He's sending me satanic messages, words that I can't even repeat in court. 40 back-to-back messages, none of which were child-focused. He's leaving me voicemails to the point where when my phone rings, my kids jump out of their seat. They're terrified of him. I'm terrified of him. And I'm going to sit there for 2.5 hours with this man. And just of control. This abuse and domestic violence is going to end today. I can't be up for my kids because you might be able to treat me like that, but these boys didn't need to endure this. And they heard those messages. They heard those voicemails. They went into my sleeping at night. They said we couldn't see what Dad said. They're staring out the window all night long. I'm having to pick up from school early because of pain stomachs. These are straight A kids. These are medical professionals. I'm terrified of you and any part of a relationship that you thought you could possibly restore within these children. You tried to destabilize the very foundation I've set forth for them.
I've never asked you for a dime, Dad. I've never asked you to show up or do anything that a father would protect and provide for an individual, and you have berated me. Within the community, I'm embarrassed to even be here. I know some of the people in this courtroom right now. This is embarrassing. Your children deserve better. You have abused me since I was a teenage girl. You've manipulated me, gaslit me. You have physically abused me, and I've never recorded half of it. You've thrown me down the stairs, and the way you treated me when I was pregnant is heinous. And I'm sorry that I'm this upset, and I tried to maintain my composure, but the things I endured, and in those messages, I never once said anything ill back to him. I never once said all the things in my heart that I wanted to say. And my children said, Mom, please go to the police. Please go to the police. He might kill you. And then who's going to take care of us? And that's why I'm here. Because if he does something to me, who is going to take care of my son who had cancer and is getting all these infusions and medications? This man has tried to manufacture evidence that doesn't exist in the last couple of months by trying to provoke me via text message to portray me in a negative light for family court. His evidence doesn't exist, and the truth always comes to light. He has tried to provoke me by attacking my family, my kids, everything, just to get a reaction out of me. He has been to jail. He has done probation. He's been to inpatient. He's been to outpatient rehab. Nothing is stopping him. Every punishment has been proven to be ineffective. He's been to jail for everything. Sermons? I mean, what is going to change him? He's almost 60 years old. I'm almost 40 years old. I'm standing here shaking. I'm embarrassed for myself. I'm embarrassed for him. And I don't hate him the way that he thinks. He hates me more than he loves his children. And I'm standing here because the Lord Jesus Christ sustains me.
Anything else?
Untrue.
Anything else?
Nothing but to emphasize that clearly this is a matter that needs to be worked out in family court, whatever allegations she stated, they're very troubling. My client is troubled by them, but he can't speak. We don't speak to the veracity of it. But now he's taking responsibility. He said he's sorry for the poor behavior. This is the subject of this case. And Your Honor thinks that this recommendation is appropriate for the evidence that prosecution set forth in this matter. And he'd just like the opportunity to move forward and proceed with this case in family court and get this worked out the way that court believes it should be.
As it stands, as I understand the order, he has to drug test in order to see the children.
We did one, and he never submitted anything else. He's supposed to also pay half of all my children's medical bills. He never did.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that payment yet. I want to make sure the judge's order you're telling me says,
The part of the parenting plan says, in order for him to see the children, he has to complete X, Y, Z, and it's gotta be supervised and all of this stuff. This isn't a family court issue. This is domestic violence. This is criminal court.
no, I know, but I just want to make sure there's nothing I can do here, and it doesn't sound like there is. The circuit court, well,
Children, anything to keep them away
but
from
the circuit court doesn't have that order in effect, though, do they? I can't start sticking my nose in children's issues. This was
maximum punishment and that you deal with him aggressively because there's been no punishment in the past that has been proven effective at this point. He's been to rehab, he's been to jail, he's been in and out of rehab.
let me ask you a question. I'm not seeing any conviction for any reason since 2000.
And lying that,
Is that true or false?
Walking into his neighbor's houses naked and was high on drugs. He went to jail twice while my son was inpatient at Children's Hospital.
for whatever substance related abuse charges that he, was doing. I couldn't tell you the exact charges, but that is true and that is, provable through a FOIA if you requested that.
See, all that should be on his criminal history, and all I'm telling you is I'm seeing a 1992 operating while
No,
intoxicated.
sir.
I'm seeing a 96 ordinance violation of some kind out of this court. Maybe you can check that, Heather. And then hang on one second. And then a 2000 unlawful bodily alcohol content, they used to call it, operating while intoxicated, again out of this court. But I'm not seeing one thing in here subsequent to that.
It would have been probably around somewhere between 2011 and 2014 or 15. Somewhere in that time when my son was sick, he did go to jail twice in Wyandotte. Went to jail twice. My dad went and got him. We paid the bond. At that point, we were still married. So
Is that true? Did you go to jail in Wyandotte twice?
I don't recall, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I mean, even if he was, Your Honor, I mean, it's innocent to prove guilty, no charges came up.
Well, wait a minute, slow down. Hang on. Yeah. Sometimes if it's a 90-day misdemeanor, these might not make their way onto his criminal history. That's all I'm pointing out.
So,
And they're not on his criminal history. So that means one of two things. The judge, if it was less than a 93-day misdemeanor, the judge may not have ordered printing and photographing. If they did, then it would have entered up on his criminal history if there was a conviction. If they didn't, then we don't know enough to be able to say.
Your Honor, to the extent that there's anything to these allegations, I point out the time period you're talking about is 2014.
I get
12 years
it.
ago.
in 2015, he went to inpatient rehab in Oakdale Rehab. That was 2015. My second son was 3 months old at the time, and my other son was going through bone marrow transplant treatment.
Your Honor, my client will not deny that he's had trouble with drugs in the past. He's got certain serious mental health issues that he's
I get
getting help with now.
I get all this.
Doesn't allow me.
I get all this, but you have to understand something, both of you. I cannot sentence somebody, ma'am. I cannot, in good conscience, sentence anybody on things that are allegations that were not proven. Please listen to me. You said you wanted me to give him the maximum. There is no way I can give him 90 days based on what I've heard here and based on, I just want you to understand. And the convictions, if any, are not part of his record. So if there was a conviction since 2000 at any court, in any place, it would be reflected on his criminal history. Please listen. So I want you to understand that there's an element of fairness to this process. It's most important, and that is that there has to be fairness, right? On the other hand, too, sir, you have problems. I mean, what did I read? You sent a picture of a dead mouse to her and said, "This is you," or something like that.
I've noticed this.
Listen, well, this is what the officer said. I mean, this is what the officer said. "You are a piece of S, you effing C. Calling WPD welfare check, something bad I don't even want to repeat in here. She's asking you to stop in May of 24. You sent a photo of a dead mouse in a trap with a follow-up text, gotcha. If you spend half the time, it seems to me, trying to get yourself some help and trying to do something productive in trying to make your relationship with your children better, you wouldn't be here and your life would be a lot better. Now, I understand. I heard her. I hear you. But to me, some of the things I'm reading here are disturbing. And I'm not going to go back. I want you to understand something. I'm not going to consider anything other than your record of what has happened here because it's not been proven in the court of law. That's the good news. The bad news is that if I find out you're contacting her in any way, in violation of my order, I'm going to give you the maximum. You still can go get a PPO if you choose to. You might want to consult with a lawyer about what process to take. But sir, you seem out of control to me. You definitely seem out of control. You might not think so. I bet that you don't think so. It's okay. I just don't know why you would be acting like this. You have children. They are the single most important thing. They should be in your life. More important than you or your hatred of her or anything else you're doing. They should be more important to you than anything else in your life. And here you are, you're not seeing them because you're not drug testing in violation of a judge's order, it sounds like. And that's a whole different issue. You want to go your whole life, not know your kids, continue on this journey. Simple. It really is simple. And I'm just one of those old guys that happens to think that we need two parents in our lives. I think it's hard enough with two parents. So if one parent is shirking their obligations and responsibilities and not doing what they're supposed to do, there ain't no way, no how, nobody is going, I don't care who they are that's going to convince me that that child or children are not affected. I don't care who it is. I don't care how much money the other spouse has that's raising them. I don't care who it is. That's if you don't want your kids to turn out, keep doing some of the things you're doing. Now, probably just talking and it's going to go in one ear and out the other. Your children, not mine. I think that's where we've gone wrong. People don't think about that anymore. Right? I yearn for the days of Ozzie and Harriet. Leave it to Beaver. 18 months probation. I'm only going to charge you like it's 12 months. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance of any unit of government. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. I really have no basis to believe that it was used, and I don't order that in this case, but there's enough here where I'm ordering it. But I'm not going to order. I'm going to order you submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs on demand of probation. Kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. You're to continue your treatment at the guidance center. You're not to have any contact with Desiree Musso. You're not to possess firearms. When I say no contact, I mean you're not going to write her, phone her, see her, text her, email her. You're not going to do any of those things. When you comply with the orders of the circuit court to see your children, then you're going to go back to that order. And I'm going to say here specifically, unless in contact, so no contact with her, unless in conflict with order of Wayne County Circuit Court. So I'm just telling you, the order would permit you to, then I'm going to allow it. But otherwise, if you're just playing games with her and harassing her and threatening her and saying these nasty things, you're going to go to jail for 90 days. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons. You are to serve 100 hours of community service. 100 hours of community service, and I'm going to give you until September the 1st to complete that. I'll actually make it September 30. We're going to have review hearings in this case. Again, you're going to continue your treatment at the guidance center. I'm going to go light on the fines because I don't think you have any money 100 fines, 100 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 3.25. Probation fees are $240 because I'm reducing those to from $360. So your total's $565 plus the screening fee of $60 for $625. And we are going to set review hearings every 3 months, Heather, on Woodhaven dockets. Review hearings to be set every 3 months. I want you to go down the hall. We are going to give you a notice. If you think you're prepared to give me those dates now, Heather, you can. I'm gonna have you take your time though. I'm gonna have you pay $75 per month. I'll start that beginning on July the 15th and the 15th of every month thereafter. Now I'm cautioning you. Like find out your contacting her. Unless otherwise permitted in accordance with that order, the Wayne County Circuit Court for that sole limited purpose, because I don't have the order in front of me. You're gonna go to jail for 90 days. Do we understand one another?
Understood.
You have 21 days to appeal this order, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Review hearings to be set every 3 months. If you need time, Heather, I'll be glad to give you all the time you need.
We
I don't
could,
even, go
we
ahead.
could probably do them. I
Go
could
ahead.
probably count them out. Well, the first one will be September.
Okay, September what?
We'll do September 16th.
At 8:30 in the morning, and you're welcome to come. And you tell me if he's violated the order in any aspects, and if there's any different violation that occurs in violation of these orders, you're gonna call up and speak with the probation department and or the police department from Woodhaven. September 16th at 8:30. I'm not gonna order this impulse control program. I just want you to continue your treatment at the guidance center. We understand one another.
Understood.
Okay, when's the next one? December what?
December 23rd.
At 8:30 in the morning. And if you give me one more, that'll be good enough for now. So that'd be like
That'll be
March.
March. And then we'll do March. Let me see. If we're doing the 23rd, then that'll be, just gotta count out what. It'll be Brownstown. Woodhaven, Brownstown. We'll do March 17th.
At 8:30. Those are your 3 review hearing dates. We're gonna give you those. You're gonna meet with probation. Do we understand one another? You understand you're out of control, right?
Understand.
Do you understand that?
Yes,
No more.
I will.
Go do it. And I'm telling you, I will not be anywhere near this time. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you. Deshaun Davian Thompson. Do we have that one?
Yes, sure.
267-842-8638.
And Judge, could I just interject for a moment on this one? We did get an email from the Woodhaven prosecutor for 2 sentencing stay. He is one of them that he wanted to request cost recovery of $225 on this case.
I know. I saw that. He CC'd me
Okay.
on that. They're entitled to that, but I limited to 2.25. Mr. Urick, if you can hear me, can you come in? You know what I need to do? I need to take this other one here. Sir, would you wait? I'm gonna take the one with the interpreter, please, real quick. Do I have that file up here?
Yeah.
You should, Your Honor.
Let's do, which one is it?
Farrell. See.
Who?
Lucina, Yonder.
I don't have it. I have Wicker, Furtado, Moore, and Curitan. Maybe I do. Let me see. Might be here. My problem. I got so much going over here. Here it is. My apologies. Lucina. People against Jonder, Stephen Lucina. 267-842-9218. Your name?
Come on, now,
Good morning again. You're still under oath.
this week.
Will you ask him his name?
Yes.
John Steven Lucena Keith.
And Mr. Crawford.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike Hill Crawford representing Mr. Yonder Lucina.
Okay. All right. Now, I have a plea agreement here with 2 charges. Driving while unlicensed and speeding. And as I understand it, the defendant is going to plead guilty to the charge of no valid operator's license on person and impeding traffic with the understanding that the speeding will be dismissed. Is that true?
Yes.
Is that true?
That's true, yeah.
If you plead guilty to no valid operator's license on person, the possible penalties are up to $100 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. If you plead responsible to impeding traffic, that is 0 points and it won't go on your record. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And if you plead to those two charges, I'm going to dismiss the driving while unlicensed and the speeding. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Possible penalties on the no ops. I told you up to 100 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. And I want you to understand, if you plead guilty to a misdemeanor, and I don't want to know your status, there could be immigration consequences involved. Do you understand that? Did the interpreter read this advice of rights form to you, and did you read it and understand it? You also have a Spanish advice of rights here that you read, correct? And you signed? And you understand you plead guilty, you're giving up all those rights? To the charge of no valid operator's license on person, how do you plead? Were you operating a motor vehicle in Woodhaven on May 13 of 26? On Hall near Grix in Woodhaven? Did you have a valid operator's license on your person?
No.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty? To the charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
The plea is accepted to no valid operator's license on person. The plea is accepted to impeding traffic. The drive while unlicensed and speeding are dismissed. And nobody's forced you to plead guilty, correct?
No.
All right, let's proceed with sentence. Anything you'd like to say?
Not that other than my client apologizes for breaking law. He won't do it again. He accepts the court's punishment.
Anything you would like to say, sir? You can't drive without a license. $100 fines, 100 costs. 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 3 1/4 or 60 days. $150 on the impeding traffic.
Your Honor, my client paid $400 today, that's for 2 weeks.
All right, so you pay all of it on the impeding. He's going to pay that now, Heather. He'll have another $250 to pay on the no ops. You will owe $75 after you pay the $400 today, and I will give you until June 24th to pay the rest. That will be $75. Do you understand that? Can you do that? Pay the other 75 a day? All right, you're all set. Best of luck. Andrew Marcus, thank you, sir, for coming. Thank you so much. Go down the hall, tell him and pay his fines. Andrew Marcus John, 263-307-024. I have a B file here for operating while impaired. The OWI was dismissed, and that is the only file I have. Your name, sir?
Andrew Marcion.
All right, he pled to impaired. Have you had a chance to review the report with him, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
I have had the opportunity to review the report with my client, and know that there are no material deletions or additions that were asked before you run. If I believe you can comply with the recommendation, we ask for you without recommendation as presented.
Anything that you would like to say, sir?
I made a mistake getting behind the wheel of my truck that night after I left the bar. It was not my smartest decision. And I can assure you, it'll be the last time this ever happens. That ever happens.
Let me just tell you something. You scored in category 4 on the alcohol use portion and 3 on the drug use portion, and that's not a good sign. You're only 22. You had to twice the legal limit. I'm just telling you. You got to be careful.
Sir.
This is really a high breathalyzer for somebody that just became eligible to drink.
I understand, Your Honor.
Was that a breathalyzer or a blood draw?
It was a breathalyzer.
13 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. You're to submit to chemical testing. PBTs and ETGs bi-weekly for 2 months if you're clean. Actually, for 3 months. They don't make it monthly, okay?
Yes, sir.
Kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. I want you going to AANA once a week until you're in outpatient treatment. We're going to give you a form. You have to go in person every time you go. You have to have a form signed, the form signed to prove that you went. AANA once a week until an outpatient. Once you get in outpatient treatment, so if you got in next week, you don't have to go at all. Do you understand one another?
Yes, sir.
300 fines, 200 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. So your total fines and costs are $6.25. Probation fees are $260 for $885. You have a screening fee of $60 for $945. Cost of recovery of $150 for a total of $1,095. I'm giving you 4 days jail. Credit 1, serve 3. I'll let you serve those on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that for a total of $105, bringing your total here to $1,180. Cost of recovery, Mr. Urick, I'm only giving $150 on a breathalyzer and $225 on a blood draw, just for your information. And if you could have them put those in these files every time and write it on the STIP form, you know, blood draw, ask 225, breathalyzer, ask 150, or whatever you want to ask. I'm just telling you where I'm going with it, okay?
Very well.
So, 3 days court work, you're 1180. Is that right, Heather?
Judge, I got 1,200.
Yeah, I thought I might have made a mistake on that 685.
We were good up until the court work program.
You're right. It's 1,200. See, they make me look good. You need as much intelligence around me as I can find. All right, so we're with one another.
Yes, sir.
You may be eligible for early discharge. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
After half the time, 6.5 months, you can come in here and apply for early discharge, provided you don't have any violations within the preceding 90 days. And by law, you're entitled to that. You have, again, 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. And again, if you violate, you could look at 93 days. We understand one another.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can he pay all this today?
You know, my client can't pay anything today. He's not working, but he is looking for work. He's said he's informed me that he's put in 100 job applications in the past 30
Why'd you
days.
lose your job at K-Don Plating?
I pointed out on accident.
You what?
I pointed out, it's where I went over by, half a point and they,
Well, you weren't showing up?
no,
Showing up late?
I showed up 4 minutes late and they,
Well, that wasn't the first time you showed up late.
yeah, well,
Get to work.
it's happened a few times.
Get to work. Get to work.
Yes, sir.
You're 22. Your dad doesn't need to be supporting you, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Right? 75 a week. We're gonna start this beginning on. I want you to get going. July the 10th. If you need more time on any of these payments, you either come into the court on or before the due date, or you call the court. We'll go on Zoom and I'll be glad to give you an extension, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good luck. Thank you. Real quick, can I have Brittany Morgan, Brittany Mary Morgan, 25W835492. Is this yours, Mr. Crawford?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Come on.
Thank you.
Michael Crawford, representing Ms. Morgan. Madam Station name for the record.
Brittany Morgan.
She's gonna plead responsible to this civil nuisance,
That's
one
correct.
ten 106.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you wanna do?
Yes.
You gotta get your child to work. I know you're a single parent. She's missing 36% of the school, it says, right?
Last year she was sick a lot.
She had documentation for at least half of that, 60% of those
All right.
things.
Well, for the part that you don't have documentation for though, where should she be?
She should ask.
All right, so you get her to school. She's sick, that's one thing. We gotta get these kids through high school. They get through high school, they either gotta go back to the 1840s or they're gonna be in poverty the rest of their life, right? I mean, I'm just telling you, unless somebody's got a trust fund they're giving them.
Trust me, I don't keep them home. I
All
don't need to keep them home.
right, well, get them to school. You gotta get them to school, okay? So this is agreed upon fines and costs of $150 to that charge of parental response, civil nuisance, under section 110-106 of the Woodhaven Code of Ordinances, responsible or not responsible.
How do you plead that? Plead
Oh,
responsible.
responsible.
I'll accept the plea, 150. Please make sure you get them to school. I get the single parent. That's tough.
My client doesn't have all of the one.
How much does she have today?
Your Honor, she doesn't have.
When can she pay it?
She has, she's proposing $50 starting on July the 20th, $50 per month.
Where do you work at?
She's not working right now. You have to explain to the court. She lost her job. She was unlawfully discharged due to discrimination. She's fighting that at 4 through her union. She's expecting that to be successful, but she doesn't have any money.
Good luck. 50 per week, beginning July 27th. If you need more time, you call the court. We'll go on Zoom or you can come up, Your Honor, before the due date. No reason to be scared. I'll be glad to give you an extension, okay? Good luck to you. Thank you. Mark Wicker. Mark David Wicker. Is this one yours too? No, it's not. Which one do you have, Mr. Graziani? You'll be next.
Robert here.
26W842655A. All right. I need, surety. Okay. Where are you? Mr. Salas, you're good. Come on up here. I was gonna take yours. Real quick. I'll be right with him, I promise. Go ahead, Mr. Salas. How are you? Your appearance?
Good morning, Mr. Rick, English Salas, P 348704, Mr. Montfort. Who's next?
Mr. Wicker, your name?
Wicker?
I'm sorry?
Mark Wicker?
Okay, you all right?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Counsel, is your client gonna stay out of here?
Judge, we reviewed the pre-sentence report. It's accurate.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, he's worked 6 days a week at my church for the past 20 years. Case of first.
What does he do?
He's got a totally clean record. He works at a catering facility and also does the lawn and the lawn maintenance in effect on the grounds.
Okay, he's never been in trouble.
Never been in trouble before.
Good.
Well, Judge, I'm in the court for a minimal amount of probation. He did secure and showed the prosecutor both a insurance and the plate that triggered the stop in the first place. He obtained those the next day. I see the concern of the probation department, and I'd ask the court to make it a screening and eval by a counselor, not necessarily, if the counseling people think he needs it, for sure, then let's have counseling, but I don't know that they will. It's pretty low breathalyzer on this particular case for a case of first impression for a 40-year-old.
Okay. Anything else? Do you want to say anything?
Made a mistake that night. Never do it again.
Okay. I hope you're right. You gonna be right about that? I mean, I don't write these laws, but if there's one case that I probably shouldn't be putting anybody on probation on, it's this. I'm not gonna place him on probation. I'm gonna order that you pay fines. It was an 074. Prosecutor acknowledged it wasn't a real good case. I think at the time of the plea, 250 fines, 350 costs. 75 victim's rights fee, $50 justice assessment. Fines and costs are $7.25, screening fee 60 for $7.85. Cost of recovery, this was a breathalyzer, right? 150, total 935. Serve 2 days jail, credit 1. That means I'm gonna let you serve 1 day of community service. 1 day community service by July the 20th. So you only have to serve eight hours of community service and do the victim's impact panel. I'm not going to order treatment. So 8 hours of community service by July the 20th. Your lawyer will tell you where you can do that in the victim's impact panel. I'm not going to order treatment. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. And also I have to find him on the C file, the expired plate to which he pled, and I'm gonna make that fines and costs of $135. So his total fines and costs here amount to $1,070. Can he pay all that today?
No.
How much does he have today? How much you have today?
I can pay all of this.
You sure? Okay, go down the hall, pay that. Probation will still talk to you about setting up the victim's impact panel, all right? Good luck. Stay out of here. Wish you well. Thank you, Mr. Salas. Curitan, Robert Curitan, Robert Earl Curitan, 2625B 149569A. Your name, sir?
John Graziani, on behalf of Mr. Puritan.
Your name, sir? What's he going to do on these?
He's going to be pleading guilty to one of the counts. He did complete the community service, the $670.
I know, but did he complete it by May 15th?
He did not, sir.
So, I mean, that's the.
Did you complete it by that time?
No, I did.
Okay, I don't want to talk about it. So I'm gonna have to have a disposition on that. He had to provide proof by May 15th.
He did not.
So does he want to plead guilty or does he want to have a hearing?
Judge, he'll plead guilty.
All right, get Ms. Wilds in here. Is that what you want to do, sir? And he's going to plead a failure to attend the court work program as well?
Yes, Judge.
And also failure to pay his fines and costs as ordered?
He did pay the fines and court.
But did he do it as ordered? You know,
By that day.
It was 75 a week. Just a couple pages.
so you didn't pay your fines and costs as ordered.
But he indicated to me that he paid $670.
I know, but they do it after the fact.
Understood, Judge.
Okay, so if he wants a hearing on that, I'll have no problem. Otherwise,
Judge, no problem. He does have an explanation.
so if you plead guilty here, sir, to these 3 violations, that would be 3 technical violations, and you could get 15 days. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right, as to count 1, that you failed to attend the court work program on May 16th and 26th, how do you plead? Did you fail to attend the court work program on that date? I'm going to ask you to keep your voice up.
Yes, sir.
Count 2, that you failed to pay fines and costs as ordered, how do you plead?
Yes.
Did you fail to pay your fines and costs as ordered to? Count 3, that you failed to provide proof of completing 16 hours of community service by May the 15th, how do you plead?
Yes.
Did you fail to do that?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna accept your plea to all 3 counts. I finally been made voluntarily and understandingly. The pleas are accepted. Let me just check one thing here. And you understand your 771 status, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. Your 771 status could be revoked and the conviction entered as a result of these pleas, right?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wilds, your name?
Elizabeth Vice, Your Honor.
He says he's paid his money. He's provided proof of completing the community service, though he acknowledges that he paid his fines late and the community service was late. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor. His community service was late. He provided proof of doing it for profit. To his credit, he turned it around and he did do it for a nonprofit after that. His monies were paid off the last portion of it today.
Okay.
Judge, with regard to that, I just wanted to emphasize that in fact, it was Mr. Curitan's understanding that in fact, it would have satisfied the community service and it would have been, but nonetheless, he's satisfied.
Okay. Why didn't you show up for the court work program?
My job it started off as 4 days a week, and then it turned to 6 days a week mandatory, and I was on a 90-day period. I didn't want to lose my job. So I felt like if I had a next meeting with her, I could just get a different date.
Judge, he's currently working as a, in labor as in an auto supplier in Madison Heights, making $16 an hour. It's his dream to get into an apprenticeship program for being a millwright. Am I correct?
Yes,
When would you start that program? In September?
I think that's supposed to be in the fall.
All right, good enough. I'm gonna go light on. Any reason I shouldn't? Ms. Wilds?
No, Your Honor, this stems from, he didn't show for his visit, he did not communicate with me after, the court work program missed. And that's kind of what started that kind of snowball effect, he still owed money, he still had the community service due, so again, just kind of a snowball effect.
I'm gonna order that you pay additional costs of $25, that you complete all your court work program days. I'm not gonna add another one. I'm gonna add 6 hours of community service, which you have to pay by July the 1, or it's complete by July the 31. Complete by July the 31, 6 hours, do the court work program days, which you'll schedule you for, and pay 25 in costs. Can you pay the 25 now?
Yes.
Judge, I have a concern.
Who's here with you? What's that?
My mom,
Where's your mom at? All right, nice young man. We gotta keep him out of trouble.
Yes.
All right? I'm sorry, what did you,
Hard worker, Judge, and thank you for your understanding.
are we all set? Can you pay the 25 now?
yes.
Okay, you're all set, and then you'll meet with Ms. Wiles. Thank you.
Judge.
Evan Samuel Hurtado. Evan Samuel Hurtado. Do you have a lawyer with you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Who's your lawyer?
Mr. Crawford?
All right, why don't you go get Mr. Crawford? And I will, well, let me see here. Give me 1 second. Eric, just have a seat and we'll see when Mr. Crawford comes in. Eric Johnny Moore, real quick, 26W843-009. Where's that one? Do I have Jermaine Fletcher here? Come on up, sir. Jermaine Fletcher, have a seat at the table. Eric Moore, come on up to the podium. Your name?
Eric John.
You're charged with open house party and you have the right to a lawyer. Would you like one?
Yes.
All right, we'll set you up with a lawyer. Try Mr. Graziani for me, John, if he's available.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right with you. So you go over there, we'll set you up with lawyer. Jermaine Allen Fletcher, 25W83907A. And I'll be right with you, Mr. Ransayer. Your name?
Very flexible.
All right, you're charged. Did you meet with Mr. Crawford?
Oh, no, I just met with the prosecutor.
So you waive your right to a lawyer then? You don't want one? We have Mr. Crawford's name written down, but then there was somebody crossed it through, with a green line on waived. So do you want a lawyer? You sure? All right, so you met with the prosecutor, you're going to plead guilty to no valid ops on person, and they're going to dismiss the drive while unlicensed, correct? All right, if you plead to that, the possible penalties, are up to 100 fines, 90 days jail costs or all those. Do you understand that? If you plead to that, I'm going to dismiss the suspend charge. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
yes,
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
yes.
To the charge, no valid and you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer. I don't want to belabor this. To the charge, no valid ops on person. How do you plead? Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Woodhaven on I-75 near west at 10:43 p.m. on the 9th of January of 25, 9th of June of 25?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a valid license on your person? Are you on probation, parole? Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Who is Keisha Glimpse?
I was a female acquaintance of mine.
Unless you apply the bond, or I hope you have the money.
Yes, the bond is good. They told me that I can apply the bond to the court.
She needs to give us consent.
Okay, she did that.
They'll explain it to you down the hall. Anything you'd like to say before I sentence you? Why didn't you show up here initially?
I did come in the first time when I spoke with you at that time.
Yeah, why didn't you come back?
Well, at the time I was on probation and,
You got warrants all over. You realize that? 34th and 35th. I shouldn't say
Yeah.
all over. It's not.
I'm in the process of taking.
Where do you work?
I work at Cooper Standard in Longview, Michigan.
You got to be better about showing up for court, sir.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, yeah.
100 fines, 120 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 345 or 60 days. you're gonna be able to pay that today, one way or the other, correct?
Yes.
All right. All right, good enough. You're all set. Go down the
Judge,
hall.
Um,
Yeah.
did I miss, did you address the no insurance? Did I miss that one? I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh, you have the other money too. You owe money on no proof of insurance. I'm sorry, 25W89007B. You gonna be able to pay that? That's 282. Plus the clearance.
When I was speaking to the prosecutor, he told me as long as bond was paid, that I could cross all of that money's over to the client and cost, so I just need to know what the total was, because I believe I bonded out for $625 at the time.
You had, yes, correct. You had actually 482, it looks like, 682. Let me see. Let me just double check. Yeah, you had 400 plus 282, 682. You apply. I'll tell you what, I'll cut that down for you a little bit. You pay 210 plus your clearance fee on the no proof. How's that? Okay?
Who that total be altogether?
Should be, let's see, 300, I charge you 345 plus, 210. That's 650 plus the clearance fee. Should be, 690 or 5. Yeah, 345 plus 210 is 555 plus the clearance fee. It should be 600 total.
Okay.
Balance I'll waive of the no proof. Okay? Good luck. Thanks. All right. Jeez. He's busy, huh? See if she's ready on, I'm gonna take Mr. Rebant here. If you come on up here. Michael Joseph Rebant, 6G306-836A and B. Good morning, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Pleasure to see you again. Attorney Ryan Reeves on behalf of Mr. Remand. Mr. Remand, please identify yourself for the record.
Multiple return.
All right.
Your Honor,
I'm
Dave.
still telling you, you gotta go join, he's got that deep voice. He needs to go join, what do you call it again? What's that called? American Idol?
Yes, that one.
All right. Okay, well, whatever. The point is, I'm just kidding you. You gotta,
Your Honor, today, date, time set for sentencing and review the pre-sentence investigation report with Mr. Remand. No additional corrections, if I may help you briefly.
yes,
Getting to know Mr. Remand, Mike, as I knew him, he's a hardworking man. I will note that he has now lost his CDL for a year. DTA was able to work with him, but it has cost him his overtime and some of his hazard pay. They are going to keep him, and when he gets the CDL back in a year, he'll be able to go back to that, but it is going to cost him essentially thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars over the course of this year on top of this case. That being said, Your Honor, he did come prepared to pay all fines and costs today because he recognized he owes a duty to the court. Outside of that, Your Honor, I think it's a very fair assessment, and I think the educational program will be good for Mr. Remand. We're just asking Your Honor to follow along with the recommendations. The one thing we'd ask brought over from Bond is that he does have a fiance in Texas who he visits every other weekend, allowing him permission to travel to Texas for that purpose. We would ask for that. Outside of that, Mr. Remand is ready to go forward today, put this behind him, and hopefully in a year get back to the position, the very nice and lucrative position he had with DTE. And our hopes is that they're going to accept it back.
good enough. Anything?
I just want to say, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I learned my lesson and, you got sitting here again.
The only thing that bothers me is you were stopped and drunk at the scene there, passed out essentially on the roadway. That's the thing that bothers me the most. I'll adopt this, 8 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance of any unit of government. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substances. You cannot purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. You're to submit to chemical testing, PBTs, and ETGs. I'm simply going to make that on demand at probation. Kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. I'm in order that you attend the Level 1 Alcohol Education Program with the Victims Impact Panel. I'm gonna order that you serve 3 days jail, credit 1, serve 2, and I'll let you serve those by way of community service. 16 hours community service by July the 31st. You can leave the state to go to Texas without the consent of the court. Otherwise, if you're going elsewhere, you have to seek and obtain consent of the court. $300 in fines, $300 in costs, 7 and 5 victim rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 7 1/4, screening fees 60 for 785, probation fees are 160 for 945. You have cost of recovery of 2 1/4 because it was a blood draw. 1170 is your total. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 93 days. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal, and you may be eligible for early discharge. If you're compliant at the end of 4 months, you can come in here and request, if you've done everything, discharge from probation. That's pursuant to statute. You say you can pay everything?
You can pay.
And then you'll meet with probation here. I sincerely wish you well.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay?
Thank
Good
you.
luck. Are you related to Judy? Who's she?
It's my small man.
I went to St. Tim's with her. I haven't seen her in years. She doing all right?
Yeah, her husband's servant.
Oh, no. Well, you tell her I said hi. And the other case, by the way, that was put here was already dismissed, the PBT refusal. We did that at the top of the steps.
Yes.
Good luck to you. Have a nice day. Thanks, Mr. Ramsayer. Good to see you. Thank you. Deshaun Thompson. Deshaun Davion Thompson. You know what, Mr. Crawford? I need about 5 minutes. I got to get off of here.
A courtroom code enforcement hearing took a dramatic turn when the judge lost patience with Robert Boyd after decades of unresolved property violations. The judge reminded him that officials had been trying to get the property cleaned up for nearly 25 years and warned, "I think it's time for you to go to jail." Although Boyd had made some progress, the court found that junk, inoperable vehicles, broken concrete, and other violations still remained. Instead of ordering immediate jail time, the judge granted one final deadline, making it clear that this was Boyd's last opportunity to comply before facing much harsher consequences.
26W824-842-863A. And I also have a B file here where he pled MIP.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Michael Crawford, representative.
His name, sir? Defendant pled guilty to MIP. He also pled guilty to operating while impaired. The real concern is he's 18, he had a .126, and scored the worst. You realize category 5 is the worst on both the alcohol and drug use portion, and that tells us that you've got a very serious drinking problem. I'm just telling you what the score is reflected on based on the answers that you gave on the questionnaire. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, counsel, do you have a chance to review the report with him? And are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
I have had the opportunity to review the report with my clients, Your Honor. There are no material additions or deletions that we're asking. My client believes that he can comply and will comply with these recommendations. We would just ask that the board adopt them, and we would discuss our requested payment of them.
Aren't you working?
He's got 2 jobs, Your Honor. He works at Arby's part-time.
I saw that.
And he also was working with a moving company.
Well, it didn't reflect that in the employment status. It's got him working 10 hours a week, earning $14.25 an hour. That's not enough to put gas in your car.
Well, but again, he's also working at the moving company, Your Honor, so.
How many hours you working there?
It's not really up to me.
I didn't ask you that. How many hours you working there?
Can't give you an exact time. It's like different hours. People
On average per week. You work there more than 10 hours a week?
No.
So you're not even working 20 hours for the most part. Come on. Come on. You're 18. You're a big, strong kid, good looking kid. Is anybody with you here today?
Yeah.
Is that your mom? Am I right or wrong, Mom? You live with your parents. How old are your parents?
31, 38.
They don't know you're living anymore. You're out of high school. How much rent you paying? They don't know you're living anymore. I'm serious. I don't get this stuff going on up there anymore. Jeez. Aren't you bored? What are you doing? There's 168 hours a week. Tell me what you're doing the other 148, and I'm going to assume that you're working 10 for the moving company. What are you doing the other 148 hours a week?
Experience on myself.
You're saying I can't hear.
I don't know what's going on.
I think it's great that you're in the gym, but you're not going pro with anything, you think, right? Well, then come on. I'm not trying to embarrass you. There's nobody in here, but I don't know. I just don't understand it anymore. I mean, why do your parents owe you a living? I don't think they do. 15 months probation. Have I let everybody finish here? Did you go to AA? Let me see it. Did you show it to your lawyer?
You did not.
Show it to your lawyer. Did he go once a week? So has he gone at least since I arraigned him on May the 27th? He should have gone at least 2 times.
I'm happy to report that he went one time.
Why didn't you go twice? I told you once a week, didn't I?
Well, it was like the complication, but like I was like things I had things to do certain days, and I just kept procrastinating it. So I would wait like a day off.
You seem like a nice kid. You know that? You really do. Mom, you did a good job on that aspect, though. We got to get him working harder, though. The world doesn't owe us a living. You seem like a really nice kid, and you're getting yourself into trouble, and you're out drunk driving, and I don't like what I'm seeing here. 15 months probation. I'm going to let that go for the time being. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directly. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substances. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. Submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs monthly or more on demand of probation. Kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. AA once a week, in person. Get in outpatient treatment. I want you in outpatient treatment. Once you get in outpatient, you don't have to go to AA or NA any longer. So if you get in this week, you can stop going. Victims Impact Panel, one night put on by Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Attended, completed. 5 days jail credit, 1 served 4. I'll let you serve those as follows. 3 days on the court work program, charges 105, 35 a day. 1 day of community service or 8 hours. You can do that at any nonprofit organization by July the 20th. 300 fines, 250 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 675 probation fees are 3 for 975, screening fees 60 for 1,035. You have a cost of recovery of $150 for 1185 plus your court work program fees. Your total here amounts to $1290. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 93 days. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. You may be eligible for early discharge. You get everything done in 7.5 months. You can come in here and fill out a motion to set us for early discharge. You're entitled to it by statute. You need to get more work. $50 a week. We'll start this beginning July the 6th. If you need more time, you call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension. Otherwise, I expect you to pay that. On the MIP charge, you're going to pay. I'm going to assess fines and costs. I'll cut them down a little bit. Have you pay those in the amount of $150. I'll let you pay those by August the 1st. Okay? That'll give you some time to get some new employment. Listen, you're a nice kid. You got to act like it. Be responsible. Okay? I'm serious. We all make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up. Let's get going here. Time's a ticking. Thing goes so quick, you're not going to believe it. Remember, in 2000, let's see, you're 18. It's 2026. By 2080, you'll be saying, I remember that judge. He's been dead for 45 years. But boy, he was right. Time does go fast. See you later. Go meet with probation. Good luck. Hurtado, Evan Samuel Hurtado, 26W841254A.
Michael.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you, have a good day.
Two.
Michael.
Who's gonna meet with probation? All right,
I'm gonna talk.
I'm going to read in here Madeline. He pled guilty on May 27th, counsel, to one violation. He had no priors, so he's got one technical now. And that violation he pled to was having possession of a controlled substance. I'm sorry, a failure to attend the 12-step meetings twice a week. So I adjourned it for some reason, which I hope the probation officer will remind me of.
Your Honor, if I could, you had, some doubts about whether my client was remained clean. So you would order that he test immediately that day. And he did test that day. He came back negative. He's tested 2 times since. And they both
Good deal.
hoping the court would take that into consideration.
Of course they will. Is that true?
This,
Who's this with you?
my father,
Well, thank him for coming. Did you thank him?
yes,
Did you? You did?
yes,
Before you came up on the way here or yesterday? When you knew he was coming with you?
yesterday.
All right, Madeline, how you doing?
I'm very.
What are we gonna do with this young man? Your name?
Madeline Rafters probation.
What are we gonna do with him? Is he all right?
You're gonna have some difficulty.
Jeez. They just got done telling me he tested the next day and he tested a couple more times and he's tested negative.
So he has tested negative. The one test was positive and was confirmed positive. That's listed on the violation.
Okay, because I entered a not guilty plea as to count 1. So he was not telling me the truth. He was positive for marijuana on the test of May the 4th is what you're telling me.
May the 4th, correct. It was confirmed positive from the lab. It was,
Marijuana.
yes,
Okay.
40 times the cutoff levels.
40 times. He forgot that. He forgot he used.
Well, we discussed it at the time, Your Honor. He had done a little bit of personal research, and it was his belief that perhaps it was shadow. He was having a THC flashback because his prior use was so high. That was his explanation.
I love that stuff. Good technical like that. Huh?
So the issue with that, though, is that his test prior to that on April 13th was negative for everything.
Right.
So it was not off levels.
It wasn't, it was new use. It wasn't some kind of residual from weeks before, like some people like to tell us, right?
Correct, because the test prior was completely negative for everything.
So you were used.
That's what the court concluded. I see.
Yeah, thank you. Well, then I was right then and I'm right now, not wrong then and right now. So what else? Is he doing everything else?
We've had a little bit of other difficulty.
Uh-oh.
So,
Good thing you brought Dad. He can go back and get you some clean underwear. What's he been doing?
so as to count 2, he was ordered at the instructional to attend 2 in-person 12-step meetings per week. The whole time he was actually attending via Zoom. So he was not attending in person as he was ordered.
You ever been to jail before?
No,
You wanna go today?
no.
Why aren't you listening to me?
Pardon?
Why aren't you listening to me? Why are you not complying with court orders?
To explain about like the online, like as soon as like when I first got sentenced, I got a message from someone about like AA and outpatient, and I just assumed maybe someone from the court was approved. But after the second meeting with Madeline, I declared that we have to do it in person.
I told you in person on April 1, it says it here.
Well, again, Your Honor, my client is young, and out here on the internet, there's a lot of bit of communications going on.
I know.
He got
They're all figuring out how they can, how do I say this? How they can deceive courts, right? They got all this stuff on the internet. Tell them this, tell them that. Don't do this, do that, do that. They won't find out. Go ahead, what else?
We've also been having a time regarding treatment. So that's not a violation yet because it was something we were working on. I believe as of today, hopefully it's resolved. He was required to do SUD treatment. He was sending me back a picture of mental health treatment quite a few times. I had to let him know that's denied. He needs substance treatment, but he did say this morning he's in intake schedule. So hopefully that is resolved and he gets into SUD treatment.
It is scheduled for tomorrow,
Where?
I had a document, it's in Royal Oak, something, but that's already gone.
Why are you going out there? You live in Brownstown, right?
That was the only one that was available. I kept calling and, like where I can go in person or meet in post, and there was nothing that was available.
How old are you?
20, Your Honor.
You graduated, right? Where'd you graduate from?
Wait from high school.
Yeah.
University of Detroit, Jesuit.
You went to UAD Jesuit? And you're getting in trouble like this? Did you go to college?
Yes, I'm still in.
Where?
Western Government University.
Western what?
Western Government University, it's online.
Why you wasted your time with that? Give me a, I'm serious. Got this online stuff. Let me see the screening report. You went to UAD Jesuit. I bet that cost your old man and mom some money, huh? What'd that cost? Do you have any idea? What'd that cost, Dad? Can I ask you? Do you mind?
Wait a minute.
Pardon?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Correct, John.
Now you got an MDOP last year. You were attending Schoolcraft when I sentenced you. Come on. How'd you do in school? High school?
Average.
Well, what is average?
Average
Average is about a 3.1 now, if you ask me.
2.8 to 9.
You didn't study very hard. You still got a chance to turn things around. You're still young, but boy, if they put all that money into you at U of D Jesuit, right? Seems like a nice kid, sir. We just got to get him working harder. I'm going to just go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and order 1 day on the court work program. You're to pay $35 for that. You're to pay additional cost of $60. I'm going to go light on you right here, sweetie. I'm going to go light on you here, but I'm telling you, I hope this conversation is going to straighten you out because I'm not going to be very patient with you. Do we understand one another?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to pay the $60 now, can you?
Yes.
And he can also meet with you to set up the court work. But I'm telling you, I don't like what you're doing here. I'm telling you, Mr. Hurtado.
Judge, do you
Yeah.
want to pay just the 60 today, or are we charge them the 35 for the court work
Thank you.
program, or is that something
See,
else?
that's why I surround myself with people like you. I mean, it's true. I mean, these guys are so great. So it's total 95. You also, I wrote it down 35, but I didn't say it. You also owe the 35 in court work program piece.
You'll pay that.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Deanna Purcell. I hope this is my last case.
Judge, you will have another one after that.
Thank you.
But I'll make it quick.
I got it. Deanna Lynn Purcell, 25W838-968A and B.
Hello again, Judge and staff, John Graziani, on behalf of Deanna Purcell, who's my left.
Your name, ma'am?
Deanna Lindestad.
All right, so we have a possession of, they're saying of LSD, it says here. Amphetamines, suspended license and expired plate. Does she stand the way formal rating?
Yes, she does, Judge.
Where's she been?
Judge, she,
Ms. Purcell, where you been?
yeah,
I like when people are honest.
I was pulled over twice in the same night.
All right. I just asked why you didn't show up. I'm not,
she had a separate matter in Allen Park, which was via Zoom, and it overlapped, Judge, and she.
all right, let's quit with this, okay? Because I don't really want to hear stories today, okay? I've had a long day.
I had 2 court dates.
I'm continuing your $300 bond. I'm continuing your $200 bond. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substances. That is a condition of your bond. You cannot leave the state, cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Again, no alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. You fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer. Where, did you go to Trenton High School or someplace else? Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Good. Pre-trial date will be when, Heather?
This will be June 24th at 9:15.
June 24th at 9:50, okay?
Judge, thank you for your understanding.
I know, but she's